cleared to work as a real palace maid. You
Oh,
expect
yay.
congratulations, a tiny
Let's
parade
go.
maybe? Instead,
Is
2
she
days
dead?
in, a girl from your training group is beaten to death. Her
Oh
crime?
no.
A spool of
Temporarily. Bitch, you blind forever. What's up, guys? We got another video here. Uh, I haven't even clicked on it yet. Hold on. It's gonna be this one by Stick Tory. It just got posted 20 hours ago. Why it sucked to be a palace maid. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. Okay.
You're 13,
But
walking home through the dusty roads of
that's not
Shandong.
you. Hold on. What the heck? Oh, shoot. It's here. It's this. That's the problem. There we go. You'd hear it through my headphones. Hear it with my own eyes.
Province in Ming Dynasty, China.
There we go.
Clutching a few rice cakes for your family. When
Apparently we
suddenly,
hear with our
2
eyes,
men
though.
burst out of nowhere and grab you. They don't say
Okay.
a word, no explanation, just straight up kidnapping.
Why
Before
is
you
he
can
so
scream, they throw a cloth over your face.
cartoony? Well, it is a
Everything
cartoon
goes
animation,
dark.
so that's
When you
reasonable.
finally wake up, you're surrounded by a bunch of other girls your age. Everyone's
Oh, no.
confused. Some are crying.
This is a
Some are
common
just sitting there
scenario.
like NPCs
Apparently,
waiting for
with
the
these
next
videos.
cutscene. Then the door slams.
Like, that's a common scene within a lot of these videos. You just pull up and you see all these other girls around you. You're just like, yo, everybody doing this is down bad like this. And then nobody can help. That's been a common theme, man. That's tough. Women be getting done dirty in history, bro. That joke was crazy.
Open. 3 soldiers walk in wearing imperial uniforms. You actually smile for a second because finally someone who can help. You stand, mouth open to explain everything. But before you get a word out, they shove another girl into the room like she's a sack
That's so
of
crazy.
rice. Then they slam the
Sack
door.
of rice is
That's
crazy.
when it hits you. You're not being rescued. You're being drafted. You're here to be
Oh
a
my
palace
gosh.
maid. And apparently
Oh my
they skipped the
gosh.
polite part and went straight to the kidnapping. You bang on the door trying to
That's
get
so
answers
crazy,
because
man.
clearly someone made a mistake. Eventually, one of the soldiers storms in, already annoyed. You try explaining what happened, calmly, reasonably. But instead of listening, he slaps you and kicks you to the floor like you're the problem.
What?
You lie there, cheek
Nah,
burning,
bro.
stomach twisting, breath caught in your throat. You
Nah,
might
get
never
him
see your
out of here,
parents again.
bro.
They're probably
Can
out
we
there
get that?
panicking,
Can we
flipping
get that
over
guy
every
like
card in town, wondering where their only
super
child went.
arrested, bro?
Soon, a convoy shows up to take you and the other girls
Yeah,
off to the
bring the
palace.
whole government
Sounds
down at
fancy,
this
right?
point, bro.
Yeah,
This
not
junk
really.
crazy
The trip's
for no
miserable.
reason.
They won't even let you look outside. No sightseeing, no sunlight.
No
From
sightseeing,
now
bro.
on, your contact with the outside world is basically canceled. The only people
Yikes.
you'll ever see again, the Emperor's family, other servants, and a bunch of guards who definitely don't smile.
Yikes.
And if you ever get caught
Heck
talking
no.
to someone you're not supposed to, like some cute minister's son sneaking around, yeah, that's a one-way ticket to death by strangulation. Totally your real punishment. When you finally reach the palace, it's straight to registration.
Strangulation
Then
is
they hand you new
crazy.
clothes. Like that somehow makes up for the kidnapping, and tell you training starts at dawn. That night, you lie on your mat, staring at the ceiling, trying to process the fact that your life just got hijacked. You were supposed to grow up, get married, maybe help your parents, not become some background character in the Emperor's
Crazy.
house. You cry yourself
Yeah,
to
for
sleep
real.
like it's your new bedtime ritual.
Nah, that's a
Next
terrible,
morning,
man.
The fun continues with medical exams.
That gets me
Your
heated, man.
sailors
That's
are praying
tough.
they find something wrong with you, so they'll send you home. But nope, apparently you're in perfect health. Even when you cough
Darn.
and you're dying, the examiner just gives you that nice try side eye. Then comes
Darn.
the real nightmare.
No.
You start learning how to behave, walk, bow, and speak.
Oh, heck no.
Basically, how to erase every part of your personality. Problem
No.
is, you're stubborn. And these rules, they suck. You talk back once or twice. Bad idea.
No.
Turns out your instructors are way more stubborn than you. After a few beatings and a solid ego check, you finally give in. You'd rather live as a servant than die as a rebel. You hate it, every second of it. But in a place like this, staying alive is the only victory you've got.
That's
Training
insane,
lasts
man.
a
That's
whole
tough.
year, and during that time, you pick up a few
They got
unofficial
some cool
survival
drip,
tips.
though.
First, never stand out. Like
Looks
ever.
comfortable.
Being noticed in the palace is a great way to become a cautionary tale. Second, no matter how talented you are, music, embroidery, whatever, keep it to yourself. Show too much talent, and next thing you know, someone's calling you a witch. And sure,
Uh,
China didn't
that's
exactly do
crazy,
witch trials.
bro. Witches again for being talented, bro. At anything, that's crazy, bro. The ego is going crazy, bro. They say, how are you talented? Witch. That's
But
so
that didn't
crazy.
stop them from executing women they thought were witches. So, same
Bro,
vibe.
people just moved with
After your
no,
basic training,
like,
you're
anything
assigned to the
back then,
Bureau of
bro.
Attire. Basically, the
Just pure
department in
ignorance.
charge
They
of
moved
royal
off of
family.
pure ignorance and, like, and scarcity, I guess. Like, we don't have resources, and we don't know how to treat anybody. That's crazy.
Fashion.
That's basically what it
Sounds
was.
glamorous, right? Nope, it's just more training. Another year of folding,
Or
sewing,
maybe
starching,
greed,
and
because
not
they had
quitting.
it. They just,
Then finally, you're cleared to work as a real palace maid. You
oh,
expect
yay,
congratulations. A tiny
let's
parade,
go.
maybe? Instead,
Is
2
she
days
dead?
in, a girl from your training group is beaten to death.
Oh
Her crime?
no.
A spool that proved anything. But a eunuch decided she looked guilty, and that was enough.
Whoa.
And here's the fun part. This
A
happens
eunuch
all the
decided?
time.
Why do you have to
Maids
specify that it was a eunuch? Was that shade on eunuchs? Did eunuchs have like something to prove against women or something like that? That's like the that's kind of like the thing where like a lot of gay people are like hating on women. Like a lot of gay men will hate on women for some reason. Is that what he's trying to imply with the eunuch thing?
get beaten weekly, sometimes for mistakes, sometimes just for existing too loudly. Every month, at least one girl disappears, and no one asks
Yeah,
where
that's
she
crazy.
went. Even you weren't safe. First month on the job, you forgot to wash your hands before touching a consort's robes. She said you left a stain that embarrassed her in
Whoa.
front of the emperor. In your honest opinion,
You're an
the emperor
op.
probably didn't even see the stain, but that didn't stop the cane.
Whoa.
And it's not just the punishments. The work itself is brutal. You
She's
up
an
at dawn,
op.
folding robes, ironing, organizing, scrubbing.
You know
and
what that
waiting.
was? Nah, that was that like clipboard mentality, bro. That was like the slave clipboard mentality. That was like, oh, I'm up here now. Now I'm gonna. I remember I was down there like you, but I have a higher status now, so I'm gonna make you look like you're so far below me. That's what that was.
So much, your spine is basically shaped like a question mark. You go to sleep exhausted, wake
No,
up sore, and do it all over again. While praying,
no.
nobody misplaces a sock and blames it on you.
Yeah, if a sock
Months
goes
pass,
missing, that's
and
your
one
whole.
morning, you
That's
get
your
an order that
bloodline
makes
right there.
everyone else in the laundry room
Gone.
stop breathing for a second. You're being reassigned to serve the Empress Dowager directly. You handle it like
The
you've handled
Empress
every impossible
Dowager.
thing so far. Quietly, carefully, and perfectly. And apparently, that gets noticed. Before long, the Empress herself decides you're good enough to join her personal servants, which
Oh
on
snap.
paper sounds amazing. You've officially leveled up from beatable to somewhat valuable.
Beatable
Congratulations,
to somewhat
you've
valuable
unlocked
is crazy.
temporary safety. But here's the thing about promotions in the palace. The higher you go, the sharper the knives get. Serving the Empress Dowager is the dream job for every maid in the palace.
Oh,
To
for
you,
real?
it feels the same. Folding clothes, bowing, trying not to die. But to everyone else, you just became competition. And palace competition isn't about outworking someone. It's about outliving them. So
That's
you
so
do what
crazy.
anyone with a sense of survival would. You
You
start
make 'em
building
look
your
bad?
own little information network.
Oh my
Friends,
gosh.
spies, gossip carriers.
Oh my
Whatever you can
gosh.
find to keep track of who's plotting against you this week.
Oh
Because
my
here,
gosh.
information isn't just power.
Not the
It's
plots.
protection. Unfortunately, your
What is
problems
this
don't
nonsense,
stop there.
bro?
During one of
Could
the
you
palace-
imagine? Could you imagine? How much better the progress in here would have been if they just focused on like literally the fundamentals of how to operate stuff or like any sort of like treatment of individuals at all, right? That's so crazy. Could you imagine, bro? If they weren't having to watch their backs around all this backstabbing and all this nonsense, bro. Could you imagine how cool that would be? They could actually focus on getting stuff done within the palace and within the country itself instead of just like some random person and like five other people just like being catered to all the time, and like everybody else has to suffer, bro. That
ceremonies, the emperor notices you,
junk is so
which
crazy,
in any
bro.
other situation might sound like a compliment, but here, that's basically a death flag. You know the rule, attention gets you killed. A few days later, the emperor summons you to receive what they politely call imperial grace. That's not a compliment. That's code for what two adults do behind closed doors when one of them doesn't get to say no. Afterward, you
Whoa.
feel used, powerless, really. But you
Whoa.
don't dare say a word, not to your friends, not even to the Empress Dowager. Because here, the Emperor does whatever he wants, and anyone who questions that, they disappear. One night, your friends pull you aside, faces
Heck no,
tense.
bro.
There's a rumor spreading, and it's bad. Some eunuchs are
What's
whispering
that?
that you must have bewitched the Emperor. And here's the thing
Bewitched?
about being accused
How?
of witchcraft in ancient China.
What did he
You
do?
don't get a trial. You get a death sentence.
Yeah, you get clapped.
Before you can even process what's
We know
happening,
that. They'll
you're
clap people
thrown
for
in the
far
dungeon
less.
by order of the Emperor himself.
She was gone for a homegirl was gone for a spool going missing. It might not even been her. It might not even be missing at all. Somebody could have just said that. It could have just been Cap. It could have just been like, you know, when something falls, like when you're in school, when like an eraser falls and it falls at the exact angle behind like a chair leg to where you can't see it from where you're sitting. That could have been one of those, and someone just lost their life over it. Crazy.
The same guy who summoned you,
Crazy.
the same guy who used you, now suddenly thinks
The verdict.
you used magic on him. You
Ugh.
already know how this ends.
What even
Death.
happened?
Tomorrow morning, you'll be executed for bewitching the
How
son of
much
heaven,
time?
which,
4
let's be
minutes?
honest,
We
is
can get out
just
of this.
palace
It's
speak
4
for,
minutes left.
"Did
There's no
something
way it
gross,
ends right
and
here.
Now it's your fault." There's only one person who might have the power to
We can
stop
make it
this,
out of this.
the Empress Dowager. So you
We
make
can make
one
it out of
final
this.
move. You ask a friend, the bravest one you have left, to beg the Empress for help. Chances of success? Close to zero. Why would the most powerful woman in China risk her reputation for a servant accused of black magic against her own son? But you try anyway, and then you wait. The whole night. Praying to every god you've ever heard of, and maybe inventing a few new ones along the way. No one comes. At sunrise, the guards show up. Cold faces, no words, just motioning you toward the end. You brace for death, but right before you leave the dungeon, a figure steps in front of the guards. It's the chief matron. She works directly for the Empress Dowager. She says the execution is canceled. You're to be returned to the Empress's service immediately. You barely believe it.
Yo.
You're standing there in shock, still expecting a knife to the throat. But instead, you're being unchained. Then it
We
hits
made
you.
it out.
If the Empress
Let's
hadn't
go.
stepped in, you'd already be dead. Not because you made a mistake, not because you
Yo.
broke a rule, just because someone powerful decided you were a problem. And
Yeah.
now, somehow, you're still alive. You return to serve the Empress for another 20 years. You
Oh,
change
wow.
roles a few times, climb the ranks, learn to navigate the palace politics like a pro. Congrats, you survived longer than most anyone expected.
W
Then one
survival
day, they hand
skills.
you a little money and send you home. You know, to
What?
finally go start the life they stole from you 2 decades ago.
A little
But when
money.
you
What you
arrive in your
mean?
hometown, everything
Everybody's
feels
dead?
off. The streets are the same, but the faces aren't. The people you once knew, gone. The kids you used to run errands with, they're grown now. Adults with their own lives, families, and memories that don't include you. Everyone
Dang.
stares at you as you walk by, like you're a ghost. Maybe you are, but none of that matters. All you care about is getting home. When you finally reach
Dang.
your family's farm, the first thing you notice is the house, falling apart like it's been abandoned for years. The
Heck
fields
no.
are dead. Did they move? Did they die? You rush inside, heart pounding, and there she is. Your mother, still
Whoa.
alive, barely. Shaking, feverish, skin like paper. You drop everything and care for her for days. And finally, when she's strong enough to speak, she tells you everything. They thought you were dead. Your father died from the grief. Your mother's been alone
No.
ever since, slowly fading away. She was ready to give up completely until you walked back through the door. And just like that, your life
Yo.
outside the palace begins. Except, what life? You've got enough money
Yeah,
to
is it
survive
lit?
for maybe a month. No one wants
What?
to hire or trade with you.
The Emperor did like that, bro? Just gave him enough money to survive for a month? That's so crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. So you had to live like trash for 20 years. 20 plus years. and then they give them a little bit of money and they can survive for a month and that's it, bro. That's crazy, bro. Nah, they did them dirty. That's not even enough to really do anything.
Because palace maids come with baggage. Your reputation is stained. Your mother can't
Wow.
work, and your entire
No
skill-
palace maids? Why are they? They don't even know what's going on? Man, everybody garbage right now, man. It's a top-down garbage shoot right now. Emperor garbage. People are serving him are garbage because he's garbage. People that are serving them turn into garbage because everybody around them garbage. That's crazy. The top-down garbage shoot, isn't it?
with baggage. Your reputation is stained.
Sheesh.
Your mother can't work, and your entire skill set involves folding imperial robes and surviving political death traps. But even after everything, you don't give up. You live because that's what you've always done. Even when they stole your childhood, even when they tried to kill you, you kept going. Because giving up, that was never an option.
Heck yeah. But we stood on that. Yo, we stood on that. That might be the only one that actually ended positively. That's crazy so far. Out of like the stick Tories. I feel like they've all been really bad up until that one. Well, I mean that one was bad too, but like a lot of the other ones they ended so terribly. Other than like there was like one other one, but it wasn't even by stick Tory, but like dang, man. Sheesh. With that being said, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. We're going to be getting into another one right after this one. Actually, I'm going to record another one. But yeah, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Could you guys survive that? You guys living as a maid? You selling out or y'all going to do something else? Y'all fighting? Y'all fighting? You going to stand on it from the beginning? Even if you could die? Let me know. But that's going to be this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.